What was the mission statement going on into this record, and what exactly did you want to achieve?
I don't think we would have said we had a mission statement. Personally, I really liked having Tony on board to make it and letting him make it and getting completely out of the... Mostly, there was the odd day where I didn't get out of the way, but most of the time, to just almost hand over the record to somebody to make.
Mm-hmm. It's quite liberating in a way when you do that, because all you then have to concentrate on is playing and putting in your best performance, and then somebody else knits it together. So
it's all we're any good at.
Fantastic.
And obviously we always I don't know where I was going with that, might have to edit that.
But it's funny because when you hear bands and they say, we all did our bit, and it's a joint thing. Like, I don't think this record was a joint thing at all.
No.
It's kind of Tony's record.
Yeah.
Well, you wrote it.
It's all... No, I think it's kind of his.
Songs can take a life of their own in the studio, changing dramatically from the demo versions. How closely does the finished record correspond to the ideas you had in your head going into the studio?
I think with this record it's probably half and half. I think some of them followed quite closely where we thought they would go, and then there's ones that when we sort of finally got the finished record back to just sit and listen to, there's lots of stuff on there that I couldn't even remember having been present or having seen them happen,
It's because you wanted that.
Well, there's an argument for that. There's definitely lots of little surprises that I noticed.
No, I listened to it. I took a break from it for a while and then listened to it again the other day. And the same thing, there's lots of little production things going on it that, you're right, I didn't realise
weren't in the demos.
We'd done at the time or weren't in the demos. But there's also a lot
of vocal parts.
There's also a lot of... We used a lot of parts from the demos and some of the master tracks as well for the first time.
Fantastic. Tell us about your toughest day in the studio during the album session.
Well,
what happened?
It was terrible.
I can't remember.
Do you know what? I don't think there actually was one this time.
Must have been.
I don't think I can remember. It was all really just one day. One big long
day.
4-week day.
Oh. We have one. I remember something. We're recording a track called Moonshine that's on the album, and I guess because it's a kind of mellow, laid-back track, we thought it was going to be done quite quickly. It was more about just getting a vibe, and because we had that in mind, it took us ages. So maybe that's one that we kind of struggled to get, but we got it in the end.
We tried to do it after eating a really big dinner roll.
Well, that's the thing.
That never helps. You think it's going to help?
That must have been the toughest day because I went home crying.
Then I had to check if he was alright.
I didn't know.
Well, but we nailed it the next day, really quickly.
Came in up.
How do you feel the industry has changed since you started as an artist?
Massively. Yeah, it's the whole thing's changed, I think, especially bands in our position that maybe had a bit of success with our first album. And then you try to replicate that with different albums, with the download industry and everything, so I would say it's almost unrecognisable.
Oh. Okay. Has technology influenced the way you communicate with your fan base now?
Is it?
Barry?
In terms of the social media taking such a...
Yeah, I guess it has, because
social media king.
I'm the social media marketing manager of the Fratellis. Yeah, I mean, at the time, again, when we first started it, we were very lucky because we had our website had quite a strong community, and I actually think it won some awards for its forum and its fan interaction and stuff like that. And this is just when kind of MySpace and things like that were kicking off. So these days, when everybody's got Twitter and Facebook on their phone, I guess it is a lot easier. Especially with Twitter, because you can be sitting at home on the couch and answer questions if you're bored for 5 minutes one day.
That's right. You play some fans.
Yeah.
Still nice. I still prefer though meeting people at
Face to face.
gigs.
More traditional.
when they stick around afterwards for the specific purpose of saying hello. I still enjoy that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's always good. I mean, we're the sort of band that always takes time to meet everybody after shows. If they're willing to stand out in the rain or the cold after a gig, then it's the least you can do.
Definitely.
Unless we can't be asked.
I don't know, just give them what we don't have after either.
Yeah, we tend to give away a lot of our food and drink to these people.
Cold meat. In America last year we got a lot of cakes,
And candy.
lots of baked goods.
Nice.
Brilliant.
We need to put something on the social media sites asking for hot meals this time.
Specifically.
See if we can get,
Hashtag hot meals.
Yeah.
Cheeseburgers.
see if we get actual dinners brought to us. That'd be good.
Very good. As a lyricist, did you have definite themes you wanted to tackle on this record before you started putting pen to paper?
It's the same old, really small bag of tricks.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah. It's my favourite part of writing a song is when you finish the lyrics, because then they're done. So at the same time there's that thing where you, at the very least you want to be able to hear them back and approve of them. But it's the same old nonsense, really.
I've got questions for you regarding that. Do you ever finish a lyric and then go back over it, or do you just finish it and go, that's it?
Almost never. It's that'll do. Not that as in you settle for it, but almost never edit it.
It's amazing.
See, that's something I didn't know.
That's maybe why they're not that great.
Maybe you should go back and edit them.
What inspired the cover artwork choice in this album?
Well,
Panic.
no, we took the decision this time to, after trying to bring in our own ideas, at some stage we just took submissions from different artists, gave them a rough idea of the kind of thing we were after. And I wish we'd done that like 2 weeks
Earlier.
before we made the decision.
I went over tons of ideas. I was sending these pictures of giant redwoods and stuff.
At least we get right into it for a while, but then it turns out none of it was very good. So
I don't think it was that it wasn't good. It's just when you leave, and there's only 3 of us. Imagine you had a band of 5 people and 5 different tastes. It's impossible. So we've got 3, and it's hard to get them to match.
of course,
The one we have, it's impossible even to say if it's good or bad. It's
Yeah.
good if the record's good.
At some point you just need to agree with
It's
what
good
it
a
is.
year down the line when you can look at it.
Of course.
the thing is, yeah, when we got that, when you decide on it, you go, it looks like an album cover, you know. So it looks great, I think.
It's fine.
It does.
Although,
Can you talk us through the album name and theme?
I definitely don't think there's a theme. If anything, as soon as we got Tony on board to produce it, it sort of freed things up. It's certainly writing wise. And it's almost, you get to know his style. You know, it's almost like the songs you write start to edge towards his tastes almost. If that could be said to be a theme. But the title just came from a song that didn't make it onto the record. It could have, probably should have. People can hear it if they want, like it'll be on the internet. And it was just a line from that song. Doesn't mean anything. It's not meant to mean anything.
There you go.
I like the tongue-tied bit though.
Because it ties your tongue.
Just the thing is, it rhymes in every accent except Scottish though. If you were English it would rhyme, if you're American it would rhyme, but in Scottish it doesn't rhyme.
So there is a point to it.
You just didn't make a rhyme.
Oh well.
Very clever.
It wasn't intended. We don't do clever.
To be honest, I've been getting it back to front the past few times I've said it.
No, there was at one point there was maybe the possibility of it being eyes.
Eyes White Tongue Tied.
Somewhere else.
What is it called? Eyes White.
Eyes White Tongue Tied.
Right, Eyes White Tongue
I'll keep
Tied.
you right.
No, it was going to be
Tongue tied always wide.
no. No,
Fuck it, it doesn't
tongue wide, not eyes tied.
Tongue wide?
No.
Oh, wide.
No. Wide-eyed and tongue-tied. Wide-eyed and tongue-tied.
Ah.
Oh,
Which might be better.
Aye.
that was the first.
Wide-eyed and if we get time to
Can we just cut this? I'll be honest, I'll tell you that. No, you never know.
No.
That doesn't matter.
No, it makes no difference.
It
No.
doesn't really, does
It
it?
sounds a bit like an album that, I don't know, the guy who did the Minder theme tune would make.
Alright.
Good song.
This will be the Fratellis' fourth studio album now. How do you feel your music has developed since your debut album, and how does the album compare to your previous ones?
We've slowed down a little bit.
Everyone looking at me.
We've definitely slowed down.
Would you
I
say
think-
matured?
I think the music has definitely matured.
I hope not.
I think it has. It's got more, like, it's got like 10 years worth of playing
Surely as you grow, do your thoughts grow wiser?
on it.
Yeah. I mean, do you know what? The last record we made, we always said, and I definitely felt it, we needed a, we hadn't played together for a while, and we needed a record that we could just run out and play live really quickly. Not quickly, but we could, you know, that it would lend itself easily to
Yeah.
it out in the morning.
No,
I'm not sure this record
Be
necessarily
fast
does.
and lively. That last
this,
one.
This one might take a bit of working into shape to play live.
Yeah.
It's quite different in that.
But I find
regard.
it's more music that you can just sit and relax to. Or
Mm-hmm.
rather than just be dead active and dancing and that, the older stuff.
Sounds like a very mature album, if you ask me.
It's a mature mince.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Older, wiser.
I had to listen to it and actually kind of came across some tracks to kind of have a country kind of sort of vibe to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that had there was already the country element in
Yeah.
John's songs. When we first met him, he had a few country songs that with
It's true.
with slide guitar in and stuff.
Nice.
But we decided to play them at 10 times the speed.
Yeah, that was what happened.
But that worked.
Yeah,
really
definitely. Fantastic. What for you will define success with this album?
Making it. Just making it. Honest to God, it's the.
Just playing some gigs and getting the album out is all that we want.
Yeah.
That's
I
just
feel like when the record's done, that's when you breathe a sigh of relief.
yeah.
Not so much relief, but just. Oh well, that's our bit.
Yeah.
Done it.
Yeah,
We've
you
done
sort,
it
of,
a bit.
you sort of then turn it over to someone else.
Yeah.
And then you get to go out and enjoy them.
You get more stuff to go out and play live, which helps. You know.
That should be the fun part, you know. You don't struggle making a record, but you put a lot of hard work into it, and then you sort of get to enjoy that by thankfully getting to go on tour around the world. You know? It's something I don't think we take for granted, because lots of bands these days, they can't do that. You know, they'd be lucky if they get out of their home country. So you know, we're going back to America, Japan,
Poland,
Poland,
all around Europe.
all around Europe. No, but you know, you shouldn't take that for granted, because really, lots of guys would give their eye teeth to be able to do that. You know?
Definitely. It's living the dream, I guess.
That is, yeah, and you need to enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah, we love it. We
Of
love
course.
it.
Is there any songs that you have played all these years that you can't wait to play again? Like some, maybe it's a crowd favourite that you know they get a good response, or one that you just really enjoy playing
I
together?
always enjoy playing Henrietta because it's got a good sort of swaggery thing to it.
It does.
I find.
Henry, I always think I'm not going to enjoy it, but once we start, when you see the reaction it gets.
It's,
But there's certain old songs that we don't do that maybe be nice to bring them back in again.
It's that way once you at the level you've well established, you've got several songs, it's good to just kind of have an array
It's
to pick
great to
from.
have a large repertoire. to
Certainly
choose
getting
from.
more interesting in that regard live.
yeah,
We've got stuff to pick and choose from there.
I've got some old classics I want to try and get back on the set.
Me too.
Stacey Ann.
Oh, you're terrifying me.
No, there's
Remember
there's a few I'd like to start playing live again. But it's great to be able to have that, as I said, that collection of songs to dip into.
Fantastic, guys. Great. Well, good luck with the new album.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.